I'm here with Roeg Sutherland, who is the co-head of CAA Media.
We're waiting for him to come in.
The Game Changer.
That one.
He's the recipient of the Game Changer Award here in Zurich.
Yes, it's an amazing Rested Award.
And tell me, what does it mean to you? Because you've been involved in the summit for pretty much the entire time.
It means that I'm very, 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 very old. No, it actually doesn't mean, because Pam Abdi got it, and she's much younger than I am, so I feel good about it. No, I think we're about the same age. But it's a very, very sweet thing for them to do. I think that they only did it because they're trying to tell me not to come back to the festival since I've been here like 17 years in a row. But I'm not going to listen to the message, and I'm going to come back next year. I won't be a game changer at that point anymore, and it'll be incredibly depressing.
What have you noticed, speaking of change, but what have you noticed change? You've been coming for 17 years here. Well, how has this festival grown? How has the summit grown? Why is it so important in the calendar?
When I came here, honestly, I can't remember if it was 17 years ago or 15 years ago or 10 years ago. I mean, Carl and Viviana had just started it, and it was a small regional festival. I think at the time that even the city of Zurich didn't want it to be called the Zurich Film Festival. And I was part of a first film forum, and I think there was about an audience looking at it. But we saw a real opportunity. There was a real appetite for films in the city. There was, from a film forum perspective, there's a lot of rich people and banks, and there's financial institutions that are incredibly interesting out of Switzerland that made it exciting for people to travel over here to be able to build relationships with them. And in the process, what turned out as a very small thing became like a real work trip where there's, people come from around the world. They get to sit down with each other and spend time that they don't get to spend at other film festivals, where you're like speed dating and it's like 10 minutes with one person. You can actually spend an hour and like really build a relationship. And it's been great to see it flourish, and now talent is attracted by the festival, and movies see it as, it may not be Venice or Cannes, but it's certainly when in the San Sebastian, it's right under those festivals, and it's a beautiful place to be, and everyone wants to be here.
There's been a lot of talk during the conference, obviously it's a business conference, about sort of investment in the sector, the health of the independent sector. This is always a topic we talk about every year when I see you. I'd love to know what your thoughts are in terms of the indie game now.
The truth is that the problem in the business is not money right now. It's really about IP and finding the right projects. And, the development, the output that came out of studios traditionally has gone down significantly. So we're like constantly sourcing new ideas, and a lot of the new ideas are coming out of new regions, and it's actually making it so much more exciting as a job, because you go and spend time in Korea, and great stories are coming out of Korea, and great stories are coming out of Scandinavia as a whole. Denmark, Sweden specifically for me, but people have an affinity for Norway and Finland. But I think it's harder in that there's less scripts, there's less things to package, so we have to go and like self-generate a lot of it. But it's exciting because I think that the world has become so much less American-centric when it comes to film, and people have had to really establish local businesses and they've reestablished their audiences to get excited about local films, and that presents new opportunities, and that. I think it's a good time. I mean, everything's hard. I mean, 2 strikes make life really hard, and it's going to take a second to rebound from it. But again, the film, we have such a special job in that we get to be part of the process of creating films and television, and that's something that people are always going to need. So despite there being disruption in the distribution marketplace, at the end of the day, there's someone sitting on their couch or waiting in a movie theater that wants to go and watch something, and they're going to need it. So if we make it, they're going to come. It's kind of like Field of Dreams, except less baseball-y.
So we are kind of in the fall festival season now, and awards is kind of, the awards game is kind of ramping up. I'd love to know a film, an indie film that you've seen that seems to be kind of on the talking point for people to kind of be a contender.
I mean,
What's a film
there's
that you've
multiple films that I've loved, but Walter Salas's film. I don't know if you've watched it, but it's absolutely brilliant. And Jacques Audier's movie, obviously is one of the better movies I've seen in my life. But he's just completely inventive and bold and just reinvents himself every time he goes and makes a film. Walter has not made a film in a decade and has come back and it's so powerful, and it's great to see that there's still creativity out there and that people have these original ideas. And then I see Edward Berger's Conclave, and that one just like knocks you off your feet and you don't see it coming, and it's so I think it's actually an exciting year for at least our department's movies. But yeah, they're really good films, and we're proud of the people that created them. But I think it'll be a fun fall.
Is there a film that's out there that you haven't worked on that you wish you had?
Of course not. Is there a movie that I'm jealous about right now? No, there isn't. There isn't. No, I'm actually not jealous.
That's great.
This is the first time in like many years that I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous.
That's
There's no
awesome.
point. I don't have the time to be jealous. There's too much work for all of us to do.
It's amazing.
No, you know what? And we're in we're in an inflection point in the business. There's really no time for pettiness and jealousy. Everybody needs to work together and figure it out. And it was funny. I think it's the first Toronto where UTA sells a film, and I'm really excited about UTA selling a film. I'm really excited about WME selling a film. I'm just excited that there's a market and that people are buying movies, and that's all that really matters. It's not about us against them. It's about everybody together, and we have to figure it out, or the boat's going to sink. So
I love that. Great. Thanks so much, Roeg. Thanks for being here. That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Short and sweet.
God.
Is there something else you wanted to
I know. I hope you cut this down.